In the scorching heat of the prolonged dry season in the Ngorongoro Conservation Area, every drop of water becomes a battle for survival, where the very essence of life transforms into a desperate gamble under a relentlessly burning sun. This is a world where a severe shortage of water has pushed many animal species to the brink of existence, a harsh picture of exhaustion and fragile hope. In the wild heart of the Ngorongoro Conservation Area, an unseen thirst gnaws at life. Parched trees stand like bare skeletons reaching toward the cloudless blue sky. Streams have dried up, leaving behind smooth pebbles no longer caressed by flowing water. For the animals, this isn't just a harsh dry season. It's a relentless fight for survival. From exhausted wildebeest trudging through dusty plains to old elephants desperately searching for any remaining moisture deep beneath the earth, every creature is struggling with an agonizing thirst. Amidst this grim scene, there's a young lioness named Nala. Nala isn't the leader of a large pride, nor an experienced hunter. She's just a solitary individual, thin from hunger and thirst, her veins visible beneath her sun-baked skin. Unlike other lions, Nala seemed more sensitive to the water shortage. She felt the thirst penetrate every muscle, every cell, a ceaseless burning sensation. The water source in her safe territory had dried up long ago, and Nala knew she couldn't simply wait to die. Her primal instinct told her to leave, to seek a glimmer of hope somewhere far away. Nala's journey began at the earliest dawns, when the air still carried a hint of night's coolness. Every step was an exhaustion, but the desire to live was stronger than any fear. She roamed through parched grasslands, crossed dense bushland, her nose constantly sniffing, her ears always listening, searching for any sign of water. The fear of leaving familiar territory gradually gave way to the despair of thirst. With each passing day, Nala's strength waned. She was almost a shadow of herself. The weakness made her eyes dull, but deep down, a spark of hope still flickered, urging her forward. Take a moment to consider the profound impact of water scarcity on our planet's delicate ecosystems. From this vast, parched landscape, a single, desperate journey begins, one that will bring an unexpected collision of worlds. Hunger and thirst can drive us to unimaginable places. But what happens when the very thing you seek becomes your ultimate prison? After 3 days and nights battling thirst, Nala followed a faint scent, a weak damp smell mixed in the hot, dry air. The scent led her to the edge of a remote village, where humble thatched huts hid beneath ancient baobab trees. Scared and cautious, Nala crept closer. She didn't want to be discovered, but thirst had overridden all her self-preservation instincts. On the outskirts of the village, amidst discarded debris and dust, Nala saw an old, dented metal cooking pot. Her eyes lit up with a glimmer of hope when she smelled the faint scent of rainwater still lingering inside. Just a little, but to Nala at that moment, it was an ocean. With inherent desperation, she lowered her head, her rough tongue trying to lap up every precious drop of water. But in an unfortunate moment, the slippery pot slipped and clamped tightly around her head. The pot's opening fit snugly around her neck, making it impossible for the lioness to remove it despite her desperate struggles. Nala panicked. She clawed at the ground, guttural roars escaping her throat, her body writhing in futility. But the pot remained stuck, turning her vision into a complete blackout. The fear of being trapped, unable to see or eat, unable to defend herself, overwhelmed her. She ran wildly, crashing into thorny bushes, slamming into rigid tree trunks, but the pot wouldn't budge. Each collision was a sharp pain, a cruel reminder of her predicament. For the next 3 days, Nala wandered in pain and panic. She couldn't eat, couldn't see, her body gradually weakening with each aimless step. From a fearsome predator, she was now merely a pitiable creature, struggling against a cruel fate. She collapsed, stood up, and fell again, each time draining more of her last remaining strength. Until she could no longer bear it, she collapsed at the edge of the village, with only a weak breath and an occasional twitch of her tail. How would you react if your very survival was suddenly snatched away by a simple twist of fate? 3 long days turned into an eternity, each moment a testament to her fading hope, until her journey led her to the brink of collapse, right on the edge of human civilization. In moments of crisis, we often see the best, and sometimes the unexpected, in people. The villagers, accustomed to the harshness of wildlife, were initially terrified to see the massive shape of the lioness lying motionless at the village edge. Screams and panic quickly spread, but as a few braver individuals, driven by curiosity and a touch of compassion, approached closer, they realized the dire state of the animal. This was not a threatening predator, but a dying creature trapped in an inanimate snare. Fear gradually gave way to pity. The villagers, who lived closely with nature, understood its harshness. They couldn't abandon a suffering creature like that. Immediately, an elderly man quickly called the wildlife rescue team, hoping they could arrive in time. Ranger Jack was the first to arrive. He was a calm man with experienced eyes, who had dedicated his life to protecting the creatures of Ngorongoro. When he saw Nala, his heart ached. Her condition was far worse than he had imagined. With his calm demeanor and experience, Jack and his rescue team approached the lioness. They knew this was a dangerous mission, but compassion was greater than any fear. Jack signaled his teammates to prepare tranquilizers, but he also knew that time was of the essence. They gently approached, step by step, careful not to further startle the animal. Nala, though weak, occasionally trembled, her tail twitching faintly like a plea for help. With synchronized precision, the rescue team used specialized tools to remove the pot that had imprisoned her head for days. The moment the pot was removed, light flooded Nala's eyes. She blinked, as if she couldn't believe what she was seeing. Jack and his team breathed a sigh of relief. A difficult mission had been accomplished. Witnessing a community rally for a life in danger reminds us of our shared humanity. With the pot finally removed, the first step of her liberation was complete, but her road to recovery had only just begun. Even the strongest creatures can be brought to their knees, but with care, healing is always possible. After being freed from the deadly pot, Nala was taken by the rescue team to the Veterinary Rescue Center. This was not just an animal hospital. It was a sanctuary of hope, where experts dedicated their lives to mending the hurts of the wild. As soon as Nala was brought in, a team of veterinarians and care staff was waiting. Her condition was critical: severe dehydration, malnutrition, and injuries caused by the pot. She was laid on a soft mat, and immediately, doctors began administering fluids to rehydrate her. Small needles were inserted into her veins, each drop of fluid flowing into her body, bringing life. In the first few hours, Nala was still too weak to react much. She lay still, her tired eyes following the movements around her. Doctors took turns monitoring her heart rate, temperature, and blood pressure, carefully recording every detail. They also gently cleaned and bandaged the wounds on her neck and head. By the second day, Nala began to show clearer signs of recovery. She could lift her head, her eyes beginning to scan her surroundings with curiosity. Doctors started feeding her small portions of easily digestible food, finely chopped fresh meat. Nala ate slowly, little by little, but each bite was a sign of life returning. The medical team was patient and dedicated, not only treating her body, but also striving to soothe her spirit. They spoke to her in soft voices, carefully stroking her fur, gradually building trust. Through each passing day, Nala grew stronger. She began to walk around her enclosure, her legs steadier. Her fur gradually became shiny, and her eyes regained the sharpness of a predator. She even began to play with some of the toys provided, signs that her spirit had fully recovered. Several weeks later, when Nala's health was completely stable, the doctors and rangers met. They had done everything they could. Nala was ready to go home. The science of compassion, working hand in hand with nature, can mend even the deepest wounds. And then, the day finally came, a moment of profound significance, as she was ready to return to the wild, a living testament to a remarkable intersection of worlds. Some encounters leave an indelible mark, reminding us of our profound connection with the wild. Nala's release back into her natural habitat was incredibly moving. She stepped out, hesitant at first, then ran towards the horizon, a small scar on her neck the only testament to her terrifying ordeal. Her story is more than survival. It's a powerful reminder of wildlife's fragility and our vital role in its protection. It shows how compassion and timely intervention create profound change. Nala's journey is a beacon of hope, proving that when humans and nature interact with respect, extraordinary outcomes are possible. Her story is a whisper from the wild, urging us to listen and to act. What stories of resilience and unexpected connections resonate with you? Share your thoughts below, and if this journey touched your heart, consider subscribing for more tales of courage and compassion from the wild.